Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna review a brand new e-bike. This is from Vanpowers, and this is a mid-drive Urban Glide Ultra bike. It is a step-through design, but what's important about mid-drive, if you don't know about it, you're gonna learn something today on the channel. It puts the motor right in the center of the frame of the CG of the bike, and it's much more efficient than the rear hub drive style motor. So I'm super excited to see how this ultra classy e-bike compares to some of the other fat tire style bikes we've been getting. If you don't know about Vanpowers, you got to check out their website. You can see it in the link down below. But most importantly, you have to know that they make some really classy, nice e-bikes. So I'm super excited to have my first one from Vanpowers. Let's go ahead and do a quick unboxing, sexy montage, and then we'll go out and do a ride on the street with the brand new Urban Glide Ultra. Okay guys, the first test today, we're gonna have my girlfriend ride this bike, and when I pulled it out of the box, I thought of her because it was super elegant to step through. It has regular tires on here. It's not a fat tire bike, and it just looks like a normal bike. But when we first both rode it, the first thing that we both noticed is that the pedals are super smooth. You can't hear the gear in the middle of the frame. It doesn't sound like the other bikes that we have. The fat tire bikes are much louder. They have a hum that you can hear coming, and people just know that you're on an e-bike. This bike's really nonchalant. You really don't notice that it's actually an e-bike. So I like the feel of it more than your typical standard fat tire bike. It doesn't have a throttle, so it's pretty much electric assist, and you have to pedal to get a little extra help while you're riding this bike. And that works out great because it really gives me a real bicycle kind of feel. So it's safe to say that she's 100% claimed this bike, but I do get to ride it today. So now it's time for me to test out the Urban Glide Ultra. I'm going to take it downtown with my friend Diego today. And I have to say, my first impression of this bike is that it is bike shop quality. Everywhere I look on the bike, it just looks like something I'd see in the shop, which was really nice. As well as assist, it also has 9-speed derailleur, so you can ride it like a regular bike if you run out of battery, but 70 miles is going to get you far. A full 3.5-inch color screen and 5 assist speeds. And it's also adjustable to 90 degrees for the handlebars, which really helped me out today. And it has a nice cargo rack on the back, which I utilized putting some of my gear back there for today's ride. And it also comes with fenders that you're going to have to install, but it was pretty easy. And it comes with a front LED light. It's actually dark and light activated. And front suspension, as well as standard hydraulic brakes on this bike, which is pretty nice. And I have to say, the seat is really comfy. Kenda tires, which I also love. We see those a lot in Portland. And we both love the paint job. It really sparkles. So here we are in downtown Portland, Oregon, and Diego's going to do a little filming with the Insta360 Go. And I have to say, like, there's a lot of challenges when you're riding downtown, especially when you're riding with someone that's on a one wheel. He can stop really quick, he can accelerate really quick, so I have to be able to stop quick with him, behind him, make sure I don't run him over. So I had to, I rode some pretty straight lines with the bike, and after I rode it for about 35 minutes, I really started to get the feel for how the bike handles, and the feeling that it's more like a regular bike than one of my big fat tire bikes. So it does feel completely different. It feels more like a traditional bicycle. And downtown, that's kind of what I want. I want to be able to navigate around people. There's a lot of traffic on the bike lanes, and there's a lot of traffic in the streets as well when you're crossing streets. Oh, Pizza Smita, definitely one place to check out if you come to Portland. Super great pizza there. Now, we're back on this ride, and I was mentioning about navigation, stopping, and being able to go quickly. Getting back on your gears is super important, especially when there's other people in bike lanes. People are going to be changing lanes in front of you, and you're going to need to be able to react quickly for that. So this bike is a commuter bike. It's checking all the boxes for me as far as all of the comfort, the ease of use, and being able to turn quickly and stop. and it really did feel quite smooth. The hydraulic brakes are great. Front and back rear brakes. If you need both brakes, you can do it both at the same time, which I generally don't use the front brake by itself, but it does feel safe and comfortable, which is super important. So it works as a commuter and as a casual rider. And for me, the most fun I had today was when we got away from downtown a little bit and we actually got on the other side of the river, just kind of cruising on the sidewalks, enjoying the sunshine, and just riding it for just pure enjoyment of this bike. Now, it does have a suspension seat on there and front fork suspension, so I never really felt like it was a hard ride. My girlfriend also really likes the seat on here, so that's good news for most of you guys. They're going to share this bike with somebody else. And it doesn't have a throttle on there. No thumb throttle, which means you're going to rely strictly on pedaling, and to be able to get assist, you have to pedal. So this bike will make you pedal the whole time, and you can go up from 1 through 5, and you can change the gears to be able to give kind of more work or less work, or you can go all the way down to the in gear, and that'll let you just pedal it like a regular bike. The first ride that we took this bike on, we went probably 10 miles and we turned off the assist, and we started at 100%. When we got home, we were still at 100% because it does also have regenerative braking. And while you're pedaling, it's putting power back into the battery, so that's super nice. But that was interesting to see for that test that we came home with a 100% battery. And I have to say, if you do notice in this review, look at the screen, the LCD screen or the LED screen. It's actually quite bright and legible in the sunlight. Even on like the sunniest day in Portland that we'll get all year, you can still see it. And I have to say, this is not a Rad Power bike. A Rad Power bike was my first e-bike. It felt large, it felt sturdy, but this one feels elegant and classy to ride. It's way different. And I just keep coming back to that. Like, it's very easy and it feels elegant. And by the end of my ride, I was having so much fun on it. And I really started to get a feel for how the bike kind of has its flow and groove. It's really a nice performing bike, super smooth. And I also commented to Diego that I didn't hear any ticks or weird braking noises. I didn't hear the hydraulic brakes kind of giving up against the brake pads in a stop, and they weren't squeaking. They weren't making the, if one gets bent in transport, you're gonna hear it when you get right on the bike. And the bike didn't have any ticks or any noises when I went for a ride. So that's good. I didn't have to stop and adjust anything or look at anything or tighten anything back up. Which for a bike that costs this amount of money, that's great for consumers. And I didn't buy this bike. I got this bike for free, and I get to do a review on it to show you what it's all about, give you an honest opinion on it. You can see some other e-bikes on our channel as well if you like e-bike reviews. But I would recommend it. After all I've seen and done with it, my girlfriend loves it, and I think she's probably going to end up taking the bike from me and using it for herself when we go on bike rides. This might become her official bike, so maybe we can share it. I don't know if she'll let me do that, but I'll give it a try. And I have to say, I hope that Vanpowers has more releases coming up as far as like the downtown commuter style bikes go. They also, I know they do a mountain bike and some other type of large style bike, but I really like the fact that this company seems to have more of a vision toward feeling like a regular bike and riding like a regular bike, because I feel like some of the e-bikes have a little bit of overkill as far as size. Thanks for riding with me today, guys. If you want to check out this bike, you can find it in the video description. As always, please join us on the channel, subscribe for more e-bikes and skateboards, even FPV drones, guys. I'm Justin Davis. Take care, and I will see you on the next one.